seeing how messed up I was. What?
Hi guys, what's up? What's good? Sorry, I'm trying to calm my nerves because y'all know. Ooh, child. I'm angry, period. I've been angry. Been angry since yesterday. Still angry. Staying angry. Choosing to. I'm also stressed out, so we're gonna see how this is gonna go. But I'm going to be joined by Lara. Lara is somebody who is very interesting, strong-willed feminist in every sense of the word. In the sense that I respect, in the sense that I stand with, in the sense that I represent. And she's also a human rights activist, and she's a lawyer. And a lot is going on around the world, and we acknowledge that. So I will start this conversation by just saying, you know, I'm with my African Americans and all my blacks and all my colored people in America. We stand with you, even though we're not there, we're in the gap. And we know that this fight is not going to end now, but we're with you. But we're here to talk about what is going on in Nigeria right now. I would please appreciate people to pay attention to the conversation. Don't lose sight, please. Don't lose sight. Let's focus here. We're not here to play around. It's not the gist with Tiwa. We're not here in representation of Skinny Girl in Transit. Put that aside. We're here to have real life conversation. If you're not here for that, if you don't want to waste your data on that, please just leave. Dead on. Because what we're about to talk about is sensitive. If you're going to be triggered and your triggering is not making common sense, bounce now. Because I would either block you or call you out. We're about to talk about real ass conversation. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen that's about to happen, step out. It's advisable. I said it too. Lara, if you're here, please let me know. Request ASAP. Let's take you on. We're going to be talking about rape and sexual violence and sexual violence. And that's what we're here to talk about. Wumi, let me call you back. I'm on live.
Okay, bye-bye.
Sorry, that was my sister-in-law. And so that's what we're here to talk about. So please, I put this thing up here and I said this was what we're going to be talking about. So I'm sure some of you didn't see it, which is great. If you want to join the conversation, join the conversation. But I'm just letting you know that I'm here to talk about hard shit and real life shit. So some of you are already writing, don't be mean. I'm just letting you know. We're here to talk about what is affecting us as women in the world we live in right now. So if you're not around, if you're not ready, if you cannot contain it, I'm begging you in all politeness to please bounce off. And I'm not trying to be rude here. I don't have time. When I know they call me, I know they dilly-dally, I know they do that kind of behavior. You understand me? So I'm begging, if you're not here to have a conversation, if you're not here to listen, if you're not here to share one or two, drop your points, drop your insights. But if you're here to be looking for petty conversation, I'm not here to entertain anybody tonight. There's real shit on ground and we're here to address it. Lara, please, if you're on this live, please let me know. Let me put you in. I have an entire write-up. So you all know, say, you understand me? We're here to talk. Dead on. So I'm just letting you know. It's not about being rude. It's not about, I'm just letting you guys know. If I'm doing this, I'm not doing this for me. Lara has a voice. Lara is constantly, and like I said, she's a human rights activist. She's been doing this today. She's written petitions. She's signed petitions. I've sat down. I've seen. I know what she's doing. So I'm here to give her my platform, to come on my platform to talk. So I'm not here to just dilly-dally. So I'm telling you people now, if you're not here to have serious conversation, please bounce off. Don't call me Tiwa. Don't call me the gist with Tiwa. Don't talk about any skinny girl angle. We're here to talk about real life shit. My name is Abimbola Craig. Let's talk. Period. I'm about to add Lara now. So just letting you guys know, I'm not in the mood. That's not how I'm feeling. So a lot of people keep sitting down and keep talking about how everybody should use their platform, celebrities should use their platform. Use your platform as well. This is what I'm using my platform for, to give voices to people that are making differences. So shout out to you. What's up, G? How you doing?
I'm good. Hello, everybody.
Lara, please introduce yourself. Let's go.
Hi, everyone. Okay. My name is Omolara Oriye, and I'm a human rights lawyer. I'm an activist. I'm a feminist, and I have worked on. Actually, I do quite multidisciplinary human rights work, but I also do a lot of work around gender-based violence, around women's rights. And yeah, that's like that's something really major about my work. Sorry, my camera is okay. Yeah,
it's fine.
So I do that. That's basically like what I do. I work on actual rape cases. I have written a bunch of petitions. I was talking to a colleague earlier today, and we were trying to count how many petitions we've written and signed in the last few years. I remember that 2 years ago, when another girl was raped in a parent's home in toward Badagry in Lagos, I wrote a petition to the IG of police, and he took it seriously. Actually, I remember that time that Obieze took interest in the case. We pursued it, and unfortunately, I wish I could tell you good news, but we haven't still gotten justice. We are still on that. We have so many pending cases, and yeah. So right now, I am just I do what I can with media advocacy right now. I feel like, for example, right now on the case at hand, I'm doing some work on that, just media advocacy, trying to, combine legal advocacy with the media aspect, because apparently media advocacy is very, 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 very important. You need to, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So, yeah, that's who I am. I'm here. I love Bimbo so much. She's so serious. She's so stern, yet so kind. I don't know how she does it, but absolutely.
Okay, so guys, the reason why I said I invited Lara, like I said before, everybody, I've been on Twitter since yesterday, and I see people constantly pointing fingers. And the pointing fingers I'm talking about is not even in terms of blaming anybody. It's more in terms of saying, you should talk. You have a platform. You should use your voice. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I talk every time. And I understand that some people want to be politically correct, which is great. But then I'm thinking, I'm tired of hearing my voice. I'm tired of talking. I'm sure people are tired of listening to me talk as well. So I'm thinking to myself, I have this platform. What can I do with it? And so I sit down and I think about the amount of women that I constantly see advocating for the right form of feminism, advocating for just human rights, generally speaking. And Lara constantly is one of those people that's constantly out there. And I'm like, you know what? Let me use my platform. No need to always speak for myself and speak on behalf of myself, but to give people like you a platform to at least speak your voice. You're using your own platform to do what you can. So it's like, okay, come here, educate people. Let's chop it up. So I've written a few things, but I want us to pretty much just start from the current cases that are at hand right now, right? We have the issue of Tina that was shot and killed.
Yeah.
We know that some men have been apprehended, right? Then we have the issue of Ua, who was in a church, a Redeemed Christian Church of God church, and was not only beat up, she was beat up, she was raped, and she was killed. Then we have the issue of the 12-year-old girl who was raped by 11 men, right? And these are just cases that we know that are being brought to the forefront. In the last like 8 hours, there's the issue of the woman in Ibadan who recently came to come and speak up about her husband violating her 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And these are things that are just being brought to the forefront right now. So imagine those that have not been given voices yet. And so I want to pretty much understand what your take is on these cases, for us to talk about that, for us to talk about past cases that you've dealt with, that you've heard of, and then for us to also talk about, where we stand as a government, first of all. But I don't even want to dwell on the government part, because the truth is, like you said, Okonji was on this matter that you're talking about in the past, and yet it's still not in the light of day, right? So the question is, we're not only talking about that now. We understand that when it comes to government, when it comes to rule of law, we know how that goes.
Yeah.
So my point is, what are individuals doing? What are we being able to do? What are other people doing? How can we make this better? And then also to put the onus on us as human beings. Because at the end of the day, these people that are raping people are rapists. They're grown men. How do we address that? What is the suggested solution? Which way forward? We know eventually that we have to boil down to how we raise the male child. So those are things that we're going to be talking about as well. So it's just for us to just sit down and let's just chop it up a bit, to be honest with you. And I want to hear more of you than me, to be honest.
Okay, absolutely. I think I want to start from how I feel about these cases that have come to the forefront.
Yes.
I want to appreciate the fact that you understand that a lot of rape cases are underreported. People rarely report rape cases because of the shame. Look, it looks like we've said this in so many times and it's like, oh, it's too much. But there is so much shame attached to sexual violence. Definitely. And that shame is not placed in the right angle. The shame is lodged at the foot of women, the victims. It's quite disheartening to see that we have been raised, we are socialized a certain way, and people are refusing, are rejecting, you know, to see that women are human beings, and that if a person has been raped or sexually violated, it has nothing to do with them. So that's really where I want to start from, because unfortunately we are unable to undo some of these damages in society because people are refusing to humanize women. People are refusing to understand that women are human beings who have emotions, who deserve dignity. We are taught to think that, oh, women will just go along with anything. But unfortunately, the world has changed. The world has changed. Women have jobs, we have lives, we are normal human beings, we deserve dignity. And when a person is raped, it is not their fault. It is the fault of only one person or a group of people, and that is the rapist.
And the rapist, whoever we have what we call the rape apologist.
Apologist. Thank you so much. That is such a that's something that really that bothers me so much. Now, a lot of people are rape apologists for different ways, for different reasons. Some have privilege and they can't let go of it. That's mostly men. They have privilege, they don't want to get rid of it. Because let me tell you something. If you are privileged, equality feels like oppression.
Of course.
Right? And that's why now when I preach, you know, consent and all of those things, I also add a component of justice. For example, I've been preaching against impunity for the longest time. If you hold people accountable, look, not everyone will change their minds. Changing people's minds is so difficult because people are set in their ways. But if you introduce justice, people know how to behave.
Definitely. I actually put that down there as one of the solutions. Yeah. The solution for that, that justice you're talking about is what we can, because the truth is this, sorry to interject, the people that are committing these acts right now are grown men, right? And it's hard for you to, even as adults, as women, a lot of us are set in our ways. So it's hard for us to unlearn a lot of things that we've learned before. So the only way to be able to curb these ones that exist right now is what you said, purity, justice. And then we now start facing, once we're able to put justice in place, if you do this, this is what is happening. We're not talking about it. It's actually being taken into consideration. It's being acted and it is being done. And then we now start addressing how you raise the men that are coming afterwards. How you train them. How you teach them to be better.
Look, you are right on the money. Now, let's take, for example, the girl that was raped in Benin City. Hashtag justice for Ua. The question that I have in my mind is, where must women go to be safe? What must we do to be safe? Because normally, I actually wrote something this evening. I said, we people do not believe rape victims except they die. Must we literally die before you believe
that someone was attacked against their will? Not just attacked.
You understand?
Against their will.
The only time that people actually, you know, that you see majority of people speaking against these issues is when the girl dies. Why must women die for us to gain humanity? Why?
Totally agree. Totally agree.
And so this girl has gone to the church to study. Now, everybody wants a perfect victim, but I always say that you must vehemently refuse the narrative of a perfect victim, because every human being is entitled to dignity.
Definitely.
You don't have to be perfect. You are a human being. You are entitled to dignity.
Period.
Girl went into a church to study, and I kept ringing in my mind. We are a religious people as Nigerians. How do you go into a church, brutally rape that girl like that, and damage, you know, completely injure her, and then she dies? Why must you do that? Now, That bothers me because people have said in the past, oh, why did she go there? What was she wearing? How did she get there? This and that.
School
Blah,
has
blah,
not
blah. All those
Did she not have
apology.
lights in her
Yes.
house? Why was she reading in the church?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are losing
yeah.
focus of what is the issue.
All those rape apology ideas are so stressful to deal with because this girl now, she has not gone to the club or whatever, she has gone to a church to study, right? Yet she gets raped. And that's why I think about this a lot because babies get raped. Let me tell you a case I worked on 3 years ago. A 12-year-old girl in Surulere inside Lagos there, was raped by her neighbor, right? I heard of this case. I went there. I was working with some colleagues then. I went there. We took this girl to the hospital. Unfortunately, she got pregnant. There were so many complications happening at the same time, right? We took her to the hospital. And do you know that I had to cause a scene for the people in charge of, tests and doctors and all of that to take us seriously? Because what everybody wanted to say was, how can you get raped? How did you go there? And I'm like, this girl is 12 years old. This girl is literally a baby. It's not the appropriate question. So it's really, really unfortunate that even we women are socialized a certain way.
Lara, you need to pinpoint that. You need to, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
A lot of women write things and say things, and I'm quite appalled.
Yeah, yeah. And I always tell women who do that, let me tell you, all that you will ever be is a bootlicker of the patriarchy, right? Men hold the power and the influence, but they will make you think that you have some influence so that you can be their soldier to oppress other women. Reject that job. Reject it. Amen. It is not real power. It is not real power. If you want to have real power, be the one making the decisions about your life. Try bodily autonomy. Because the moment you work against those men who have put you in charge, who have made you the bootlicker, the soldiers of the patriarchy, you are thrown away as well. I always say, under the patriarchy, nobody is a good girl. We are all bad women, all of us. We cannot be good enough for our oppressors. What we must do is refuse that oppression as much as you can. None of us will be ever good enough for our oppressors. None of us. If you wear scarf, you are in trouble. If you don't wear scarf, you are in trouble. If you wear skirt, you are in trouble. If you don't wear, see, look,
I mean, sorry to interject. Look at it this way.
Absolutely.
Put these oppressors in the place of predators, right, and hunters. A lion doesn't care what an antelope looks like. Whether it's a skinny one, whether it's a fat one, as long as at that point in time the lion is hungry, it will consume anything in its sight. It's the same thing. Yeah. So, they don't care.
Yes, that takes me, absolutely. That takes me to that takes me to the nature of rape. Sexual violence has nothing to do with sex. It's about control, it's about power, it's about punishment.
That's it.
Sexual violence has nothing to do with sex, has nothing to do with, the man has sexual drive or what. No. It's about control. Society wants to make women's bodies a public territory. Absolutely. They want to make our bodies a public territory, and we must say no to that. Vehemently reject that idea. Our bodies belong to us. They are not public territories. They are not a place for you to show superiority. They are not a war zone. Our bodies are not war zones. And that's one thing I want women to always remember. And men too. Men must always, and I love to threaten all the time. I say that, I'm like, look, let me tell you, if everybody shuts up, I will not shut up. You will stay in your place and you will respect me.
Period.
You will stay in your place and respect other women. You will do what you are supposed to do.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, because women's bodies are seen as public territory, at the same time private territory. So the problem is this: you must not have control over your body, right? As long as one man is controlling it, or all men are controlling it. But how about a place of a woman over her body? What about the control of a woman over her body? We call it bodily autonomy in human rights law, right? None.
Definitely.
Society wants to either publicly own you or one person owns you. Unfortunately, we will not take that. Women own themselves. They decide, look, I don't have a problem with women consenting to sharing their bodies with other people. right? But the moment such power, absolutely, consent is so important, and I like to define consent every time I have a platform to talk about sexual violence.
Please go ahead.
Consent is not only the agreement to do something. When it comes to sexual consent, it is ongoing. It is revocable.
Definitely.
Let's look at
You said the
let's look at
there.
Absolutely.
It is revocable.
Revocable. And if you are not sure, I always say this to men, if you are not sure, if you think maybe not, there's no consent there.
Period.
If there is consent, it will be enthusiastic, it will be clear, and it will be continuous.
Very.
The moment somebody says, I'm no longer interested, that means they're no longer interested. This goes both ways, but right now, I am talking about women. I am centering women in this conversation because for the longest time, we are the ones who have been oppressed. We are the ones who have been treated like we don't have a voice. A girl says no, and you believe that is, oh no, she likes me, but she doesn't want to say yes. How about you get over your damn self? It's unfortunate that men have been raised to think that they are king of kings and lord of lords. It's so stressful to me. You have not even finished your egg, but you think that you're an angel flapping around this world.
I just want to highlight there right now. Before Lara goes
absolutely
on, for me, that's the part I'm most passionate about. Like I said this before, and I said it on my live yesterday for like 2 seconds. I said the truth is that men right now, the ones who are committing the rape right now, the men, and when I say men, it goes beyond just men, to be honest with you. You have 15-year-old boys who are raping people up and down the whole place. So the truth is that once a man is in puberty, he already knows what he can and he can't.
He becomes a threat.
He's also raised in a society that makes him think that he's the king of the jungle. Now, my issue with this is this, and I said it yesterday. I said, there's only so much we can do in terms of all these young men that are already roaming around, which is what we said about punity, punishments. Putting things in place to be able to hold these men accountable. But my biggest worry right now is not only about the ones existing right now. It's the ones that are bringing.
That are small. What are we doing about them?
Because we talk about the fact that the children are the future. We said the generation are the future. Yes. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. It's important that women and men, parents out there, or intending parents, we need to start to pray. Prayer for wisdom. There's no guidebook to how you raise children, I agree. But it's important that we understand that we don't make the same mistakes our parents and our forefathers made. We need to understand that every child is equal. And so whatever morals, whatever background, whatever upbringing you're trying to pass on to your children, make sure it's the same for both genders. That's why we have women advocates right now. You have women who are conquering and dominating the economy. You have women who are doing great things in our generation right now because we're raised to be strong. But then you have men who are desperate to just provide. They have no way of showing their emotions. And so they constantly go into the same industry that they're told that they can dominate. Yes, women are dominating and they feel oppressed. Their ego starts to take place. They start to wonder, who is this woman doing this? Who are you? How dare you? And so that's the problem. But imagine if you give the same yardstick you give to your daughter to your son. You let them understand that, first of all, the key here is to be kind to one another, regardless of race, regardless of sex. You let them understand the value of themselves.
Let me jump in quickly. You know, kindness is a value that I absolutely appreciate. But privilege precludes one from the ability to be kind. Because you cannot see beyond your nose, right? You think that you can only see the world from your vantage point. You can only see the world from where you're standing.
Definitely.
So you are unable to have empathy for other people. And that is why I preach equality over kindness. Because when we are standing on the same playing field, you are able to see my life, I'm able to see your life, and then we are able to extend kindness to each other, right? So let me say something about raising children. We girls were born and beaten into submission, either figuratively or literally. Sit down properly, stand up straight, cook your food. Who will marry you? Who is training male children? Why is the world filled with men who are emotionally inept, who are and just like they just walk into this world believing that they're superior?
That's it. Everything is theirs.
And you know, I tell people all the time, any privilege that you have not earned is not yours. If you want something, you work for it.
Why do we say it at the same time?
Absolutely. You just walk over, and it's not their fault, right? It's not their fault because the same society that trained men to be brutal and abrupt and all of those things, trained women to be passive. And when you are not passive, you become, and this is what I call desirability politics. I'm going to dive into that quickly. Everyone who knows me knows I totally reject desirability politics. You don't get to decide whether I'm fine or not. When I look in the mirror, I see a fine girl, that's what matters.
Period. Men
do not get to decide who gets male attention, who doesn't, because these things have become weaponized. Look, recently, I saw a thread on Twitter of like some girls reporting about how some young man...
The question you have to ask, please put it in the question box at the bottom, we'll address it. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So some girls, you know, they were reporting about how a particular young man, you know, was trying to abuse them and all of that. And the same thing he kept saying to all these victims was that they were beautiful. You are this, you are that. We girls are raised to think two things. Number one, that their dignity is in their vagina. Number two, that a man has the final say over your life. I want to tell all Abimbola's followers tonight, your dignity is not inside your vagina. Your dignity is in your heart, is in your hard work, is in your life. You come in from your mother's body worthy of dignity. You arrived on this earth complete. No man gets to tell you, absolutely, no man gets to tell you anything about yourself because it is there. Number two, they weaponize beauty. Men will categorize who is fine and who is not fine. Who made you the king of kings over beauty? Who died and made you judge?
Lara, while we're talking about this and we're shaking this table as well, let's also understand the fact that because these men initially, and I say initially because they started it, but now guess who now carries it as a weapon as well? The women who also have what? Bought into, have washed into.
Absolutely.
Let's address that. Oh, okay.
That's why, no, let me tell you something, Bimbola. That's why I say things like weaponization, right? It is a weapon, and only the privileged get that weapon. So I always say something about pretty women, right? Men decide who is pretty, but they don't decide who is pretty for respect, right? Always tell people, if you think I'm fine, put money in my account. Don't reward me with your penis. I don't need it. Your body is not a reward for beauty. Even the women who are told that they are beautiful, they're not told that they're beautiful because of their humanity.
Nope.
They are told that it's like rearing chicken for Christmas.
Yes, that's it.
You feed the chicken. You feed the chicken. By November 31st, who is going to enter the pot? It's the chicken.
It's the chicken.
That is how it happens. So even the women who are told that they're pretty, they now wear it as an armor because society has weaponized these things, right?
Yep.
And that's why everywhere I go, I dismantle those structures. It's not real. It's imaginary. It's not real. It's imaginary. You must remember that all the time.
Definitely.
Beauty. So look, because I always say this about beauty, because I notice that society tries to demonize women who are pretty and all of that. And I'm not trying to infantilize women, but let me tell you, we are a product of our socialization, right? If you are used to getting your self-worth from external validation, it's so difficult to turn the gaze inward. And we can't go around blaming this one because the same thing that makes them preferred is the same thing that makes them scapegoats. So women are pretty, they get all the male attention, but male attention is control. So where is your humanity in that space? So that's what I say to, I'm going to wrap up my desirability politics because look, I can talk about desirability forever. It's one thing that it's one hill I'm going to die on. Desirability is not your business. If you don't want to wear makeup, don't wear it. If you don't, because at the end of the day, these rules and regulations are made by people who cannot even measure up to you. If they say, oh, we're going to sit down here, let's be showing skill
as well. Regardless of whether you do the makeup, whether you don't do the makeup, they will still attack you regardless.
Yes. Yes.
So there's
yes. I always say, under oppression, nobody is a good girl. See, if a system, look, the system of the patriarchy prioritizes men, their talents, their lives, access, opportunities, all those things, right? And women are seen as like supplementary, dispensable, right? If you're going to put yourself in that position where excuse me, you assess your full humanity, you are going to have to ruffle some feathers.
Definitely.
And this is where we come, this is where I want to connect us back to the issue of sexual violence. So let me tell us now, everyone, desirability is a weapon of perpetuating control over women. Sexual violence is the result of control over women. Right? So let's take that, wrap it, desirability, throw it in the dustbin. We don't need that, girls. What you must insist on is your humanity. And let's go right back to male privilege and rape apology, right? If 10 women get raped, right? When I say men, read our society, because I don't want to attack men, but I also want to highlight the privilege that they enjoy, that is unfair, and we must dismantle. Now, somebody says to you that, oh, I don't believe that girl, right? Why do you think your word is law? Are you the judge? Are you a policeman?
Help me. Were you there?
You will now go and tweet. You will carry your 2 hands and tweet and type, I don't believe that girl. She is very wayward. Who died and made you police? And this is what I call rape apology. When you try to excuse sexual violence, when you are spending time and effort trying to poke holes into people's stories, because also people attach rape to physical violence.
Of course, what she was wearing,
yes.
how she looked,
yes.
was kind of
absolutely,
the way she was walking.
Absolutely.
How does a 12-year-old girl, a 3-month-old baby walk?
How? Now, for example, people will attach, they will make all those weird connections. And I'm like, children in diapers. Let me tell you another case I worked on a few years ago. It's about 3 or 4 years ago. An 11-month-old baby was raped in Ikorodu. I said, okay, in my heart, this thing is so heart-wrenching sometimes, this work that we do. I went all the way to Ikorodu myself. I was like, oh, let's see what is going on. These people this man did not only rape an 11-month-old child, he also beat up the girl's mother for calling him out. We finally got him arrested. He was charged to court. We went through the motions. Thankfully, we were able to sort out that particular problem. Also, I would like to do a definition of rape, because look, a lot of people tend to corner rape into situations of like, oh, he punched her, he choked her. No. According to the VAP Act, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act of 2015, I'm going to use that definition because that definition is a more complex one.
More recent, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you penetrate somebody's orifices, I'm going to try to keep it clean because I don't know the rules on this Instagram and things like that.
No, please go
ahead. If you penetrate somebody's vagina, somebody's mouth, any part, any opening on their body,
that is
with your penis or any other object, it is rape, right? Now, without that person's consent, let us talk about the men who say, but I didn't rape you now, you did not really talk loud. If you obtain that consent by false pretenses, by coercion, by threats, if you lie as to the nature or the purpose of the act, that you, my brother, are a rapist.
Yeah, say it again. You are a rapist.
Absolutely. So many men excuse this despicable act because they say, she didn't talk loud. A silent no is a no. A loud no is a no. An intermediate no is a no. When you are not sure, you stop. Period. You know why men don't stop? Because they believe that your body belongs to them for whatever reason. And that is a notion that I want them to remove from their minds. Because it's either they remove it or I will remove it for them with jail term.
That's it.
Women's bodies do not belong to you. So if you are not sure about consent, if you are not sure that this interaction is both ways, do not engage. And also, let me tell you one part. I try as much to not infantilize women, but I also know that a lot of women were raised to please men with their bodies.
That is it. Lara, you have hit
They
another
think,
nail on the head. Because how do you now
yes,
train and untrain those kind of women? How do you? Which is why
people say things like, I don't want you to,
they say they still marry men
yeah,
who are rapists.
yeah,
How do you justify it?
yeah, absolutely. So women think that they are supposed to please men with their bodies. That is a lie of the devil. A lie
It has to be the devil.
that came from the pits of hell. You are not, you can share your body with people, but you are not under any obligation.
Yes.
To please anyone with your body. You are not under, and somebody will say, oh, the issue of just the tip, because look, we have to talk about the things pertinent to us as Nigerians. Rape and beg, just the tip, all of those things are rapist behavior.
Let me tell you a story. Some years ago, about a year and a half ago, a very close friend of mine, she actually came on Instagram and put the guy on blast. He's married now, funny enough. She had gone drinking with her friend, this guy. Now they've been friends for years. Yes. And they are like drinking partners. Literally strictly drinking. You know when you have a guy that is your guy? You understand that kind of thing?
Yeah.
One night they go drinking, right? And then she's drunk. But she's not drunk. She can hold her liquor, but she's drunk. But that drunk whereby you're not unconscious.
Yeah. Inhibitions are a bit taken away. Yeah.
She's like, okay, he said he would drop her home. She's like, okay, no, while and I'll take me home. He goes, okay, let's just stop in my house for a bit. He wants to get something. And she's like, okay, now no wala. That's how she stops. They stop in the house. They stop in the house. She's tired. She ends up lying down for a second. By the time she opens her eye, Baba is all over her, on top of her. She literally had to fight him off and then call an Uber and get home. The next day, she's sober. And she's like, what the hell really just happened?
What the hell?
And so she calls my guy straight up. And he's like, gee, wait, was I dreaming or did you? My guy's like, what the hell are you talking about? It starts to act very funny. Now, there's nothing worse than, I won't call her a victim, but there's nothing worse than when a person is aware that something happened. And they're trying to...
But they're being gaslit. They're being gaslighted.
Trying to come to terms with it. And then you're playing coy or trying to make the person look stupid. And so my guy starts to act stupid. And by this time, she's livid. She's like, I know what I'm saying. And he tries to spin things around. You're the one that wanted to come into the house now. You were drunk. You tried to play on me. And she's like, guy, we've been friends for X amount of years. At no point in time have I ever, sober or drunk, throw myself at you. I'm confused. Yeah. And so she's telling him that what you should have done is just apologize. And my G refused to. And then she went nuclear on his ass. Now, she puts it up there. Even in that mess, some of our friends still were writing rubbish. My G, but why you enter a house now? You did drunk now. If I just pay for the car now, I don't understand. Is that the point? This is someone she's known for over 8 years. This is someone that she goes drinking with on a regular. Just 2 of them. What are you people saying? Are you people listening to the conversation that's being had? Somebody tried to take advantage of someone. Period. Address that. You are here trying to justify why did she go into his house? Why did she fall asleep? If she knew she was sleepy, she should have gone straight home. She should have called an Uber. And I'm like, guys, can we address the fact that whatever the situation was, this gentleman overstepped. Period.
He did. He did. He did. Let me tell you a story around women who justify rape. So, when you see like some women, they take pride in the fact that they can control their husbands. If I yell at him, he will do this. I won't cook for him. You know, if I support him enough, he will like me. Let me just tell you. No.
Calm.
You are oppressed. Oppression. That is all. A big scam. So that kind of guy, last month, I tweeted that treats every man as a rapist until he proves himself otherwise.
Lara always triggering people.
Let me tell you, they dragged me, they used me to mop Twitter for 2 days.
What?
But I stand gidigba by that statement. You know why? Friends that you have known for 8 years will try to rape you. Friends that you have known for 2 days will try to rape you.
Lara, a father
People that you have not ever seen before in your life will try to rape you.
raping his daughter.
People's fathers rape their children. Yes.
What are you talking about?
Look, and people want to come at me and say that it's not what are you saying? This, and that's why I keep reminding people that rape is not about sex. It has nothing to do with sex. Let me tell you, imagine that the penis are gone. That is what
the power.
Excuse me, the penis is in rape. It's about control, about punishment, look. Why does it happen that a man is angry with you and we say, if not, we say people there for rape you? Is he promising you a good time? He is basically telling you that I will use my body and my privilege to punish you, and there's nothing you will do because society will not believe you.
Why is that even when a man is physically abusive of his wife or a woman, eventually he always moves from physically beating her to sexually assaulting her? It's power. It's control.
In fact, what I'm talking about, rape is a weapon of war. People go into other territories and rape women as a sign of hostility, as a sign of war.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? I need us to take off the kids' gloves. Let's take it off. We are facing a major enemy. And we must face that head on. Men need to understand, they need to listen that their bodies are not weapons of warfare. And even if they want to make their bodies weapons of warfare, our bodies are not public territories. Our bodies are not there for the conquering.
Sorry, Lara, I want to interject a second. Because of everything I'm saying now, this is why when I said I wanted to do a video on my YouTube about our body, it's because of this as well. You see, we've spoken here about how we need to understand that men, our bodies don't belong to men, they belong to us. But I also want us to realize, and this is not blaming any woman. I'm not talking about the people I'm not talking about the victims of rape. I'm talking about us as women now who are standing and are fine. We also need to learn to stop objectifying ourselves. And it's important. Remember when Lara was talking about the fact that it's not people to tell you, oh, you are desirable. You should be able to look in the mirror and know I feel like you're beautiful. I need people to stop objectifying other women as well. I keep saying that if I don't come on here and talk, if I'm talking with Lara now and I don't say, Lara, man, I don't put on weight. It's nobody's business to address my weight. If I don't come on here now and I talk about my body, it is nobody's business to talk about my body. Because once we start to do that shit, we give everybody else the privilege and the right to think that they have a say over you.
Yeah.
And it's not
I will make an appeal. Yeah. I will make an appeal to women. I understand that we have been told things. We have been scammed for generations. But my lovely human beings, there is information out there. There is information that we can use. We don't have to live that way. Number one, I talk about, weights, all those things. I talk about all those things very, very constantly because it's so prevalent amongst women to say, to comment about people's weight, people's bodies, and, basically tie your body into like some sort of, like, oh, this is what I've got to survive in this world. I understand that oppression can make us feel that way. But let me tell you, we have options now. Legitimately, we do have options, right? We must unlearn the ideas around looking at our bodies as something that we must use. If you want to use your body, you reserve that right.
Period.
But know that you are not under any obligation to use your body as negotiating tool. You're not under any obligation to negotiate society with your body. Now, for example, women do this weight thing or this you are fine, you are not fine thing because it's a card. Imagine that we are going to VIP club. It's not like I know what VIP looks like. But let's imagine that we are going to that club and we are going to VIP, right? And they give us access card, right? That is what people's bodies sometimes become. It is the way they access society. It is the way they access power. And that's why I keep saying that what you access in those ways is not actual power, right? Or being objectified does not empower you. And now, if you are choosing to objectify your body for whatever type of gain, please go off this.
Yes.
Right? But pretty privilege, somebody just wrote pretty privilege. It's actually so interesting. But pretty privilege is not all privilege.
Yeah.
And that's why I made that analogy about chicken. The chicken thinks that you love them when you're feeding them all the things. But during Christmas, who is inside pot?
It's them.
It's the chicken.
When we started this conversation, Lara and I said that we're not here to male bash. We're not here to male bash. But the truth is this. We're here to talk about hard truth and point it out. We're not saying all men are rapists. We're not saying all men are useless. We're not saying all men are scum. But we're saying that the amount of men that constantly get into this kind of activities and get away with it keep increasing. And it's time to say enough is enough. So we're here to educate the women and to highlight it and bring awareness.
All right. So 2 things, right? Personally, I believe that all men are scum. You know why?
I know you believe that.
Because all men are scum, not because of action, right? It is because of privilege, right? If you have privilege and you can choose to either use or not use it, unfortunately, my darling, you are scum.
I agree with you.
Because let me tell you, men will try to tell you that, oh, not all men, not all men. But when they see that opportunity, they take it too. Because it is there, just hanging there over their heads. It's just there for the taking. As long as you have that privilege, I'm sorry, you have come.
I guess this is what I would say. I guess the onus, deja vu, you keep pointing out. I guess the onus is on this. For those of you that keep saying you are not one of them, then whatever platform that you have right now, you should be preaching the same thing we're preaching. Because if you're not standing with us, if you're not an ally, and the allying is not by coming here to comment, it's in action. And I said it's all my celebrities that I follow on Instagram to do. Anybody that has gone on their Instagram to do any live that started with, how you guys doing? Just talk to me. And you're not addressing either what is going on in America and the world right now, and you're not addressing what's going on in Nigeria. I've cancelled you. I'm not saying just post. Fuck post. Excuse my French. I'm saying talk about it. I'm saying see what you can do. Like I said, I can't do a lot in terms of the fact that. So I'm using my platform, giving people that send me. If you want to use my platform to speak, and I know that what you're about to speak is going to educate, it's going to enlighten, it's going to give people insights, then by all means, hence why Lara is on this platform right now. So be one of those people. Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about male allyship. I love talking about male allyship because every male ally that I have really gotten close to has tried to do something funny with me. But you know me, I slap motherfuckers. I don't speak English or something. I'll bow to it. And even though I'm personally not a violent person, in fact, the other day I was telling a friend that I don't want to be attacked because I don't know how I will react. I don't know if I'm fast enough, if I'm quick enough. I'm like, I don't want to find out. But let me tell you an experience I had. Last year, I went out to drinks with somebody in that Lagos, right? I went out to drinks. And you know the funniest part of this is that I am that kind of person who keeps the rules, you know? You don't visit boys, don't do this, don't do that. I only do that for my sanity because I don't want to have to slap somebody's child, right? I only do those things for my sanity. If I want to be intimate with somebody, I make a conscious decision and I go ahead with that. But I don't put myself in a situation where I'm like, oh, maybe I can't control it or something, because also I'm really worried about myself. I'm scared of the world. The world is dangerous, right? I went out to drinks with this young man. I had one drink. Something I can easily pay for, you know, activity salary is not much, but I said, no problem. Let me drink one drink. I drank one drink. I said, let me call my gentle taxify and be going home. He said, no, I will drop you. Yeah. I enter motor. He said, he wants to kiss me. I say, look, either you kiss this fist or you kiss another thing. Do not. Do not. But I'm telling you, what I'm trying to say is that men will try to do things that they have gotten away with, that they have seen other people get away with, that they think that they can get away with.
Definitely.
Right? See, if you look at rape statistics, right?
How far can they go?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at statistics, right, about 7 to 8 out of every 10 Nigerian women has a sexual assault story. But men keep claiming that they don't know any rapist. Men keep claiming they are not rapists. They don't know rapists. Who are these rapists?
Help me. They don't have friends.
Because you understand what I'm saying? Who are these rapists?
They talk about
So if you are that kind of man who claims that you are not a rapist, we have heard you. You don't have rapist friends, we have heard you. And who is raping these women? Who is sexually assaulting these women? So my recommendation to such men is that they shut up. Stop peddling that rubbish narrative of how it's not all men. It's not all men. And where are the ones? Where are the ones? So have you pointed out three?
I totally
have you pointed out some to us and say, look, this is my friend. He raped somebody. Come and collect him. Report your friend to police. You report your friend. Have you done that? But you need to tell me not all men.
Do you remember the story about? I can't remember the intimate story itself about the young lady that I think she was raped by these two guys that were from wealthy families. And
yes,
at the end of the
I saw that. DSVRT was on that case. Yeah.
What was the end result of that story?
Well, what I saw, I don't know what really happened. But what I saw is that those boys are free now.
Yes, now.
All on Twitter that they're free. And that takes me right back to Impunityville. And that's why, look, I was on a conversation this evening on Smooth FM, and I was saying that, look, I personally am not tired of preaching consent, right? I'm not tired of doing what we can to get people on board, right? To get men to know, to get women to see the signs. Because let me tell you, a lot of them do things like, oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. You don't see it coming. It's there. But the point is this. If we must end sexual violence against women in Nigeria, we must encourage punishment. Because I'm a human rights lawyer, I tilt really toward retributive punishment. I want to see your two legs going toward kirikiri.
Yeah, jail.
But I also give some room for restorative justice. However, for us to effectively put an end to sexual violence, there must be repercussion for actions. But in a society where people don't even believe us, where people don't even listen to us, where we are talking, we are not human beings to them, how are we going to get justice?
Yep.
If you go to police station, it is the police that will tell you that, you said, why you wear miniskirt, why you go there? If you tell your mother, African mother, God bless you, sacrificial, beautiful women, but a lot needs to be done when it comes to sexual violence, when it comes to sex education, when it comes to teaching of consent, abuse, rape, all of those things. You know, sacrifice for your children monetarily is not enough.
And that's
they must understand what.
That's what I said
they
in my
must
live
expect when they join the larger world.
That's what I said in my live yesterday, that there's so much that we need to do. You know, let's forget our parents. Let's move on from that. I keep telling people, a child's first foremost learning ground is in the home. The truth is that a child will still grow up and become what they want to become, regardless of how much discipline or whatever you instill in them. But the point is, there are certain things that you instill in them from the first foundation that it sticks with them throughout. So the onus is on you, first of all, to make sure that at least you impact a child who is well grounded. So that at least when you now release that child into the world, into the wild, they are
able to cope
back on, and they can cope.
Absolutely.
And so here's why I keep bringing it back to the home. Make sure you are raising gender equal children. It's important.
Bimbo, you're not wrong. Bimbo, you're not wrong.
You sit down and see fathers very proud of their daughters. Women are thriving. In the economic world, we're doing great. In the home, we're still balancing. But yet you have a lot of men that are failing. They provide the
and we don't even get
emotion. There's no connection.
Like, we don't even get the privilege that men get in this workplace, right?
We don't.
We don't. Women doing what they can. They are great. They are doing things, right? But they don't get the opportunities. They don't get the access. They don't get the things that they need to excel in these spaces. I want to talk about the home a little bit because, to be honest,
Lara, someone pointed out something. I agree with you. So I say parents in terms of those that are privileged. But the reason why I keep saying that is this. Let me explain something to you. I had the same conversation with my friend yesterday. We're not African American people that a lot of them are raised without a father by single mothers. So the point is this, at least you're privileged enough to at least grow in a house where you have a mother and father. So I agree with you, it's not only that there's some dysfunctional parents, And the truth is that sometimes children pick up on what they see. So, for example, if your dad is a constant domestic violence abuser and he hits your mom and then he sexually assaults her, you will know. Now, the truth is this. It starts with the home, is what I'm trying to say, first of all. So you can still learn what you can. As you now get into an adult, you can also train yourself. Because when it boils down to it, guys, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Now, let me take it from there quickly. So when it comes to the home, that is the home is the smallest part of society.
Of course.
It's like a nucleus of society, right? You learn from there and then you begin to go out. I saw a tweet 2 days ago. They said your mother will not ask you, are you okay? Are you meeting boys? What are you doing in school? No sex education. Then when you are 25, they'll be asking you, are you a virgin? I laughed so hard because that's like so real, so right? Real. What I want us to do as young people who are raising children is not enough to know that these things are wrong. We must open our hearts to new knowledge. We must unlearn the things that we know
before. Definitely.
And we must relearn the things that we should know.
Yes.
Right? Many times, a lot of people just do what they can with the information that's available to them. And that's why most of the work I do now is providing you with alternative information. I tell young women all the time, I say, if you are feeling like a bad girl, scroll through my Instagram and tell yourself, I'm doing good, sweetie. That lady, she's crazy. If you are feeling like, I'm so bad, just take a quick look at me. I am bad just because of you. I am unruly so that you can have somebody to point to and say, I'm not as crazy as Lara. You are doing good, my love. Because many things that we have learned are wrong for us. Definitely. They are not only wrong, they are damaging.
Very damaging.
Right? But things like, a lot of women genuinely believe that they must, keep a man with their bodies. That idea of keeping a man, it makes my stomach turn so hard. Like, what are you keeping? Is it football? Is it money? My love, focus your attention on important things. Relationships are beautiful. Absolutely. Go off, my sisters, go off. But it must not come at the expense of your humanity. Not at the expense of your humanity. So that idea of do everything and one, we must do away with that and start negotiating with society as equals. When you meet someone you want to do things with, you will negotiate as an equal. You understand, am I doing well?
You know why I'm laughing?
Is my mental health okay?
You know I'm laughing because of what you're saying. I just piggyback to how you constantly go on social media and you see women that are fighting with themselves. And you see women, the time when there was this conversation about side chick and main chick, and then you see women talking about the fact that when the wife would just let her body go like that, why wouldn't the husband cheat on her? And then you see this, every time they give a description of what the side chick looks like and what the wife looks like. The wife always looks haggard, right? And then the side chick always looks put together. And then I'm thinking all this competition constantly. But yet the man that both of them are fighting for has a pot belly. So you're talking about wanting to snap back. You're or wanting to make sure that you look this way so that your husband does not, so that your boyfriend does not look somewhere else. And yet he does not look as great as you. And so it piggybacks what you said again as what we said, which is the fact that regardless of whatever it is, if they're going to do what they're going to do, they're still going to do it. And so it's mind-boggling how we don't realize that all these little things that we've told ourselves, society has told us, fucking memes have written there, and you have taken and you have imbibed into yourself. You don't realize how it affects the narrative. And all this boils down to how you keep trying to justify yourself. It's just, it's sad.
Yeah. It's actually very sad. I saw a challenge one time about side chick and wife. If you are doing unpaid labor, you are getting pregnant every 2 years, and you are working so hard, you are working your day job, and you are still combining childcare, and you are suffering with a man who doesn't even see you, you too, you will look haggard. Abikila and so. People ask as if beauty is something that lasts forever. Right? Beauty is so fleeting that it is not something to base one's life on. But look, let me park that to the side and talk about this idea of women pitting each other against women being pitted against each other, and men becoming the prize. First things first, men are not a prize. When men were prizes, was when men would go with a sword to a gunfight, and he will come back in the evening with dinner. Now, if you are working in HR, you are going to work in the morning. Your person too is going to work in the morning. Both of you are contributing to a life. It is not only ridiculous to expect superiority, it is frankly delusional. You know? And this idea of superiority and that we must vie, we must work hard to attain masculine attraction or desirability is a lie. Go and ask the people who did it that way. They will tell you that it's a lie. So I want women to definitely enjoy your life, look good, you know, slay. I love it when I see women shining in their careers, in their personal lives. Oh, lovely. But let me tell you, a man is not a prize. I had the opportunity of talking to some secondary school students last year, and people were saying something like, oh, and the teacher who invited me said that, oh, there was a few cases of revenge porn where young kids were sending, you know, leaking each other's text messages and, you know, photos because they are fighting for a man. Let me tell you, I took off the kids' gloves. I said, this one, they are old enough to hear the truth.
I mean, they're having sex.
Men are not a prize. If you want a man, absolutely get a man, do whatever you want. But do not live your life as though men are a reward for good behavior. No. Reward for hard work is success.
That's it.
Reward for living, you know, for putting in work in your life is you get the result. When it comes to investing in another human being who is as flaky as you, who you're not sure of their convictions, of their standpoints in life, of the things that they believe in and things like that, you will be doing yourself a disservice by working hard to please such a person. So I really want women to know that men, and also men, unfortunately, you are not, see, look, not a prize. Not in any way. If you want to become a prize, there is something to do to become that prize. You cannot be investing in yourself just for somebody to look at you or somebody to take it. No. And also, I blame society. Look, let me tell you, if I blame the way we are socialized, and I'm encouraging you to look at new information, to access, you know, superior knowledge, and rise above the situation in which one thing Sidechick was. Look, I don't generally butt into people's lives or whatever, but I strongly believe that if a man wants to be a prize, there is a job to be done. You must carry yourself like that. You must put in work like that.
Definitely.
You're not given birth to and suddenly you become king of kings and Lord of. Even Jesus had to die to attain full God status. I don't know why I'm making religious connotations, but yeah, whatever. But look, it's bloody bonkers that society is, you know, is this hierarchical way where, you know, some of us are this, some of us are that. And my job today is to remind us, one, sexual violence is a weapon.
I wanted us to bring it back.
It doesn't matter if you are fine, if you are ugly, if you are tall, if you are short. See, men, they say I'm not fine, but they try to rape me. You know, they're all liars. Let me tell you. So do not buy into desirability politics. It is a lie. It is a scam. It is, nobody gets to determine what you are except yourself.
Period.
Number 3, look at men, guide yourselves. Dismantle the patriarchy, stand up to misogyny. Do not allow misogyny. Number 4 is to the men. You are not special. You were given birth to the same way women were given birth to. Because somebody told you that you were special does not make you automatically special. If you want to be special, you get to work.
That's it, you earn.
You earn it. You don't sit on a pedestal and expect things to fall at your feet. No. Number 5, justice is the other component of education on sexual violence.
Yes.
We cannot let go of that.
Definitely.
There is a component of teaching, a component of educating, of, you know, of sensitization. Yes. But the other component is removing impunity. Let people pay for their price. And how How can we let people pay the price for their actions? By believing women.
And also by speaking up.
Absolutely. Speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up. If a woman says, look, also I say to people, let me say something quickly. When it comes to human rights law and feeling slighted, it is very subjective, right? It is not, you cannot test human rights infringement by an objective test. It is not what a reasonable person thinks is infringement. It is what a particular person considers an infringement.
I agree.
So if you drag my hair and I like it, I'll say, thank you so much. If you touch my hair without my consent and I don't like it, you don't, my guy, you don't get a say. I don't like it, not in here.
Period.
Period. If I say, don't touch my hair, don't speak to me a certain way, don't do this to me a certain way, literally, that's it. I don't care if you are the king of the village. I don't care if you are the king of the jungle. No, nobody gives two flying spoons about who you are. Somebody says no, it means no. And men, listen to me, men that are watching this live. That privilege they told you that you have, that you don't have to work for, is a lie. It's not real.
You gotta
it's a lie. You gotta earn it. You wanna be somebody, you know, if you wanna be somebody, you gotta wake up and pay attention. It doesn't come naturally, it's not a gift. So, you know, and that's why I want nothing.
Before we go down, we're going to take some questions first. But I also want us to
absolutely.
You know, the last thing I have on my notes is, you know, what do we say to women who are or have been abused? And when I mean abused both sexually and even raped. You know, what do we say to them? What do we say to them?
This is the hard part. First things first, you did not do anything wrong. Like I'm telling you, if it happened in his house, if it happened in the church, if it happened in the school, if you were wearing miniskirt, if you were wearing hijab, you did not
even
do
if you were naked,
wrong.
your towel in your bathroom.
Nakedness is not invitation, it's not consent. Wherever the sexual assault has happened, first things first, my sisters, you did not do anything wrong.
Definitely.
The only thing wrong was that rapist motherfucker who thought that your body belonged to him. You have not done anything wrong. We believe you, we trust you, we care about you. I don't just care about you as a human rights lawyer. I care about your well-being, about your mental health, about your stress, about your thoughts, about those nights where you blame yourself. I shouldn't have gone there. We all have those. But let me tell you, you have the right to go anywhere in this world. The same way men were born is the same way you were born. You have the right to go out. You have the right to go to school, the right to go clubbing, right to expression. You have all your rights intact. The fact that some idiot thought that they could take that away from you is not your fault.
It's not.
It is the fault of society, the patriarchy that has established men above women and told us that we are nothing. Number one. Number two, I'm begging you, try to speak up.
I was going to say that.
It's not easy. If you can't do it, do not do it. Because speaking up is not the game of somebody who is not strong.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a lot.
So if you don't want to speak up, you don't have to speak up. But if you can speak up, I encourage you to do so. Because if we keep reporting, there is data. When there is data, there is research.
Yeah.
When there is research, there is solution.
There's findings. Yes, definitely.
You understand?
Definitely.
So yeah, there's also that. And on the third note, the criminal justice system might fail you. In Nigeria, will most probably fail you. So we must look into ways of being able to move, to get over those things.
Yeah.
In case you don't get retributive justice.
Yeah.
Right? In case you're not able to access a situation in which, you know, the police arrest the perpetrator, they go to jail, all of that, it would be nice to be able to try to find a way to get over it. But I must say, it is not your burden to bear. It is not your shame to bear.
Carry.
The shame is on the rapist. The rapist, that shame is on the rapist. It is not you. You did not do anything wrong. Also, let me tell you what to do. If you have been raped, after you know all the things that I've talked about, there is a legal aspect to things. If you have been raped or sexually violated, don't go home. Go straight to the hospital. Right? Maybe you were out on a date, you were out, having fun, whatever. Anything happens, don't go home, don't take a shower, don't do anything. Go straight to the hospital, find a nurse and say, look, I have been raped. Because proving rape is so difficult because of the human evidence that is needed, right? They need to get all of those things and they need to get, a sample and all of those things so that they can present a medical evidence in court. Now, there is a big impediment to rape convictions in Nigeria. And that's why, if you look at many of the convictions we have, including the most recent one that Dorothy Njemanze and her people got, yeah. Well done to them.
Yeah.
Absolute well done to Dorothy and her team. God bless them. The point is this: if you look at the convictions that we have gotten so far, they're usually convictions on children. Because society, including the criminal justice system, believes that we adult women don't deserve humanity.
Yep.
And that we are liars. And that we are not able to make up our minds about issues because of the way women are viewed, right? If you look at most of the convictions, they are on children's cases. So there is this possibility that you will not be believed. Stand on your truth. There's an impediment in the law. The law requires a corroborative evidence, right? That is the bane of my actual fucking existence.
Yeah.
That corroborative element of evidence.
Corroborate it, man.
You understand? But who rapes in public? Who will say, yo, guys, I'm about to rape my girlfriend. So it's always your word. Come watch me.
Against the perpetrator. It's always your word against this person. And then it now starts coming down to the stupid nitty-gritties that don't matter. What did you wear? Where were you? Where were you reading in the church? Why did you go with a lantern? Why did you tell people you were going? Why did you go after 10? And all this. Ugh.
But we have established a pattern. We have seen that it doesn't matter what we women do, we get attacked. So it's definitely time to reform the laws on rape. Because a pattern has been established. Uwa was in church, Abi. Yeah. Uwa took her books. Abi, they said we should read our books and we should love the Lord. Uwa did both. And she got killed. After being gruesomely raped. So that is why I want women to understand that it is not really about anything you have done, anything that you have not done. It is. So I saw a poem a while ago. They said the hijab said to the miniskirt. It happened when I was somewhere. Then the diaper was like, yeah, me too. That shows that if we women are in diapers, fully clothed, naked, whatever, society thinks that we are fair game, but we are not.
I would just like to interject because we're going to need to wrap this up soon. Is what I would like to say as well is, when we're talking about, raising children and whatever ways that we can in educating people, also understand that you don't need to be a parent to be able to raise a child. It's also making sure that we use the right terminology for things, Someone just pointed out there, and it really triggered me, A lady was complaining about the fact that she was raped, and while she was talking about it, so they were correcting her to say that the man had sex with her. No. So please, if you're one of those people that you sugarcoat things, realize that we live in a world whereby, guess what? Everything is now at your fingertip. The same children that you're giving iPad to, you don't know what can pop up, what they can see. So it's important and it's to your betterment to make sure you call a spade a spade. A penis is a penis. A vagina is a vagina. A breast is a breast. Yeah. Rape is rape. Sex is sex. Consent is consent. No means no. There's no in between. And like Lara said,
absolutely.
It's important I want to point out again. Even consent can be reversed.
Consent is revocable.
Let's understand
at whatever stage. In fact,
you are kissing me, I'm kissing you too. But the time you touch my breast, stop. But we started kissing. Hello? Stop.
Yes, I consent to this one. I don't consent to this one.
Down. Please, guys, understand
So, absolutely,
that at every point in time, you can withdraw consent.
Yeah. Absolutely. Consent is revocable at any point. If somebody says, I'm no longer interested, they are no longer interested. No, it's simple.
Dead it.
If somebody says, I'm interested, then they are. So I really, really, truly believe that it's important to keep preaching consent, but I'm also letting rapists know that we are looking out for you. I will have your time. You will go to jail, prison. No matter last, see, if you are going around raping women, drugging women, doing all those rubbish things that people do, you will be in trouble. Even though we will educate you on consent, we will tell you what you are supposed to do. We will teach you about new information. But legitimately, enough is in when.
So, Lara, there's a question here. Let me try and read it fully, just so that we can, because we have to go soon. I've work. My mom is sending me a message. It says, my question is, some girls have been raped by other girls because there's no penetration. Is it still rape? Because I consider it rape too.
Yeah. Oh, I love this question. Thank you so much for asking that question. Yeah. So rape is the penetration by definition under law of bodily orifices with a penis or with other things. Now, if a woman has raped a woman, without maybe they did not take your consent and then they violated your body, yes, it is rape. You know why it is rape? Even though the law says penetration, there are elements, you know, like let's get a bit legal. You know, Bimbo, let's do our legal. When there is a crime,
go ahead.
Yeah, when there is a crime, there are ingredients of that crime, right?
Yes.
The ingredients of rape include absence of consent, right? So that person is a rapist.
Period.
Unfortunately, proving that under the law might be challenging because of the way the law is settled, right? But there are other provisions. There are provisions, for example, Section 352 of the Criminal Code Act provides that if somebody has indecently assaulted you, it is a misdemeanor and they will go to jail for 3 years. You can take that option. You don't have to keep quiet, right? You don't have to say because it's a woman, I won't report. If it's a woman, please still report. A rapist is a rapist.
Period. Period. The rest of the questions are just statements and conversations. Lara, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I saw your video that you posted today and I was like, you know what? I need somebody that is not only experiencing the same anger, but can also find ways to challenge it. Because you see, I always tell people here, it's very easy for me to come on my platform and talk about anything I want to talk about and just misyan. But I always say that I don't want to talk about things if I don't have facts. And so for me, it was important that if I brought someone and I brought someone that was, yes, I'm a lawyer, but we know that I haven't practiced in terms of the fact that all I do mostly soliciting work. So in terms of reading the Constitution and being up to date with it, I do lack in that. And so it was important for me to talk to someone who was vast with that, but not also someone that was vast with that, someone that was also actively involved in it. So for those of you that don't know, like I said before, Lara is a lawyer practicing currently, but she's also a human rights activist. Hence why I wanted to bring her on here. She's dealt with people that have gone through rape, sexual violence. The stories that she has is limitless. And so I needed someone to come on here because you see, she uses her platform, which is her name, Omolara, and she uses her platform to talk about stuff. But I'm at a point in my life where I realize that as much as things are hitting me, I don't always want to be the voice. And I don't mean because I can't use my voice. I mean because sometimes it's important to let other people talk and be your voice. And so I'm thinking to myself, I have this platform, I have these followers. I don't know how many of you guys are because I don't really pay attention to that kind of shit, no offense. But my point is, it is there. And I'm like, okay, sometimes I relate to a lot of people. And when I come on live to just talk crap, no offense, not crap, but we're talking about relationship, we're talking about mede. There's always like these people. So I'm thinking to myself,
people need to gist now.
If there's someone that wants to come,
gisting is a human right. Bimbo.
No, I agree. No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just trying to say,
I hear you loud and clear.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's great sometimes.
Absolutely.
But it's also important for me to be able to learn and use my platform for people that can speak with respect and still articulate what they wanted to say. And so I sent Lara a message. I sent you a message this morning now. And I said, Lara, hey, what's up, girl?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Would you mind coming on? And she's like, yeah, Bimbo, great. Because I hate typing. So I had to send a voice note to her telling her that, sorry, this is where my state of mind is right now. And I don't know if you want to, but if you want to, my platform is available for you to just come and speak your truth. Because sometimes that's all we can do. And so those of you that are always constantly sitting down there and saying, oh, you celebrities, oh, you, nah, G, I don't need to be a celeb. Lara is not a celeb. But in our own little space, she uses her platform. So my point is, you don't need to be calling out people. It's great that we can, because sometimes we get to that point where enough is enough. But also understand that your little space, your cubicle, your 10 followers, it's a platform.
Absolutely.
And you have a voice.
Absolutely.
So utilize it.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. I always say something. Silence makes you complicit.
Oh, definitely.
When you are in the face of injustice, you have two choices. Either you stand with the oppressor, or you stand with the oppressed.
Yep.
Let me tell you, you must always find yourself
on the other side,
on the side of the oppressed.
It's important.
Every time. You must use your voice. And that's why I'm saying to men once again.
Yeah.
See, me, I will not discuss with you I will not discuss with you about not all men, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows what I believe. Me, men are scum. You have privilege. But if you want to tell us that you are not one of them, show us that you're not one of them.
That's it.
Report rapists to the police.
That's it.
Call them out.
Speak up.
Show us that you are not one of them.
Speak up.
So if you find yourself, we are in really trying times. Love to the African Americans in America, the black people, definitely, fighting for their lives on a daily basis. We stand with you. We believe in you. We are here supporting you. Absolutely. But, and you see, look, I always say this, right? It is so important that we stand with people who are being oppressed. It's so important that we use our voices to speak on these issues. And I'm so happy and I'm so thankful to you, Bimbo, that you have given this opportunity for me to come here and talk to people and level with people. Because what we talk about tonight, we talk about so many different things from, one angle to the other. And it's been such a pleasure.
It has. And
I want to just remind you, babes out there, look, men are not a prize, men are scum, protect yourself, teach your kids the right thing, equality over beauty. Desirability is a weapon. Majesty is a lie. You are beautiful, either a man says it or not. You are gorgeous, either a man says it or not.
Don't let them scam you. Thank you, Lara. Oh, yeah, smart. I want to post this with I want to use this as the thumbnail. Oh, yeah,
Thanks so much. Goodbye.
Pause, Joe. I want to take thumbnail.
Pause. Oh, hold on.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, boo. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Lara. This means a lot to me. And I feel unburdened. I feel lighter. And I'm happy.
I know,
because
absolutely.
I spoke my piece. And I'm happy. So
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then don't forget, fuck brocode, fuck the patriarchy, fuck order, fuck peace without justice is oppression.
Yes!
Don't take that from nobody. They say keep quiet, keep the peace. Don't loud it. Loud it. Loud it. Goodbye, guys. Bye-bye, everyone.
Lara. Thank you. Bye, love. Oh my God, this was so great. Lara crazy. Lara is crazy. I can't even dispute that. But I'm happy. I feel, like I said, I feel unburdened. I feel lighter. I'm hoping we've been able to take one or two things from it. We definitely need to do better in terms of sex education to our younger generations that are coming behind us. Like I said before, do what you can in your little space, and let's see how we can make a difference. But most importantly, let's not lose sight of our humanity. Do you understand what I mean? These issues are real. We can't be quiet. We all need to speak up, and we need to start speaking up now because we're all raising kids. So it is what it is. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday with Banter with Bisola and Bimbo. Till then, I'm finna look at you guys later. This was fun. This was lit. I feel good. I'm about to call my moms. All right. Bye, y'all. Catch y'all later. Bye.